Inner ear sensitivity. Viltrumites are extremely sensitive to certain sound frequencies, which can incapacitate or even potentially kill them. One of the primary ways this weakness is exploited is through intense sounds and specific frequencies that can cause severe pain and even paralysis to a Viltrumite. For instance, in the comics, Robot created drones that produced a specific harmonic frequency when struck, which caused pain to Viltrumites. Additionally, David Anders, known as Dinosaurus, discovered a specific sound frequency that could paralyze a Viltrumite, effectively taking them out of combat. This sensitivity can be weaponized against them, as seen with Invincible's earpiece, which was part of a larger contingency plan to take down Mark if he became a threat. The earpiece was paired with a powerful transmitter that could go into a permanent loop, presumably killing Mark if it were damaged. This inner ear sensitivity is a critical vulnerability that can be used to neutralize Viltrumites in combat, making it a significant factor in battles against them. Heat vulnerability. Viltrumite skin is very hard to penetrate due to its incredibly fast healing factor. However, the healing factor is broken down when exposed to intense heat. And no, I'm not talking about volcanoes. Instead, I'm talking about actual stars like the sun. Intense heat can severely weaken their healing factor and cause significant damage. This weakness was prominently featured in the final battle between Invincible and Thrag, where intense heat was used to weaken their healing factor. During their final confrontation, the fight was thrust into the core of a sun, where the extreme heat began to burn through their clothes and skin, weakening their healing abilities. This vulnerability to high temperatures is a critical factor that can be exploited to harm or defeat Viltrumites. Internal attacks. Viltrumites are so strong and durable that exterior attacks don't do much against them. However, if someone were to get through the skin and the muscles of a Viltrumite, then that would mean that they are no longer as durable as they are, as an attack from the inside could kill them. This weakness was notably demonstrated when Robot killed an alternate evil version of Invincible Sinister Mark by shooting a bomb down his throat and detonating it. The explosion caused severe internal damage, leading to the alternate Mark's death. This incident highlights that while Viltrumites can heal from external injuries, their bodies cannot regenerate from damage inflicted internally. Thus, attacks targeting the inside of a Viltrumite's body can be fatal. Scourge virus. The Scourge virus is a bioweapon engineered by the Coalition of Planets to combat the Viltrumites. It was created by a rebel Viltrumite named Thaddeus, who opposed the tyrannical rule of the Viltrumite Empire led by Thrag. The virus was designed to attack the immune systems of Viltrumites, shutting down their strength and invulnerability. This virus nearly eradicated the Viltrumite population, with only a small fraction surviving the infection. Surviving Viltrumites, such as Conquest, were greatly weakened by the virus. The virus's effects were so severe that even those who survived were left significantly diminished in strength for a considerable time afterward. In the comics, the Scourge virus is considered one of the most devastating weaknesses of the Viltrumites, as it effectively neutralizes their otherwise formidable abilities. Ragnars. Despite the Viltrumites' immense strength and durability, Ragnars are known for their incredible strength and endurance, which they developed due to the dense gravity of their home planet. They are savage creatures with razor-sharp claws and fangs that can tear through Viltrumite skin, making them one of the few beings capable of injuring and even killing Viltrumites. Ragnars were first encountered by Nolan Grayson, who was on a mission to investigate their planet for the Viltrumite Empire. The Ragnars were able to subdue Nolan and put his life in extreme danger. Due to the threat they posed, the Viltrumites froze the Ragnars' planet by placing a large solar disk in front of the sun, effectively freezing the creatures. Years later, Nolan and Alan the alien returned to the Ragnars' planet to capture a specimen. When the solar disk was destroyed, the Ragnars quickly thawed and attacked the duo. Despite their strength, both Nolan and Alan were helpless against the Ragnars, who were only temporarily weakened by the thawing process. During the Viltrumite War, Space Rider captured 7 Ragnars and unleashed them on Grand Regent Thrag and other hostile Viltrumites. Even in the vacuum of space, the Ragnars were able to savage multiple Viltrumites, and Thrag instructed his forces to avoid them entirely. The Ragnar's strength and ferocity make them a significant threat to the Viltrumites, despite their lack of intelligence. Klaxus plant. This plant is highly resilient and grows rapidly with minimal water or sunlight. It was discovered to be poisonous to Viltrumites, although it does not kill them outright. Instead, the poison from the Klaxus plant can weaken Viltrumites to the point where a fight would be evenly matched. When the Viltrumite Empire found out about this plant, they took drastic measures to control it, infesting the planet where it grew with Sinlac beetles to devour the plants faster than they could grow. However, Omni-man, after joining the coalition of planets, provided extracts of the Klaxus plant from the beetles, which were then weaponized into armaments for the coalition. This makes the Klaxus plant a critical tool for those who oppose the Viltrumite Empire. Young age. Unlike adult Viltrumites who grow stronger with age, young ones are relatively weak and more susceptible to attacks. For instance, Grayson, the series protagonist, only began to manifest his Viltrumite powers in his late teens, leaving him as physically vulnerable as a regular human beforehand. Similarly, during the final war with Thrag, his young children, despite their aggressive attacks, were easily defeated. Tara, Mark's daughter, also exemplified this vulnerability when she broke her leg in an encounter with Thrag, who didn't even need to retaliate to injure her. This vulnerability makes young Viltrumites an easier target for those seeking to eliminate them. However, once Viltrumites reach adulthood, they become nearly indestructible. As Mark's character demonstrates, adult Viltrumites possess impressive strength and resilience. Space Racer Gun. Space Racer's gun fires indestructible blasts that can penetrate through anything, including Viltrumite flesh, and can even kill a Viltrumite before their healing factor can save them. This weapon is unique in that it can only be fired by Space Racer himself. If anyone else tries to use it, the gun will fly back into his hands. In the comics, Space Racer's gun played a crucial role in the destruction of the Viltrum planet. The gun's blast was powerful enough to destabilize Viltrum's core, allowing Invincible, Nolan, and Thetis to fly through the destabilized planet and destroy it entirely. The gun's ability to cut through nearly anything makes it an extremely useful weapon against the Viltrumites, who are otherwise nearly invincible due to their immense strength and healing abilities. The gun's blasts can also cause significant damage to other objects, such as asteroids, which can break apart and cause chain reactions. Love. In the world of Invincible, Viltrumites are depicted as a race of warriors and conquerors who were bred to be strong and ruthless, with a belief that love represents sentimental weakness. Despite this, Viltrumites are still capable of experiencing love, which can both weaken and strengthen them. Love is considered a weakness for Viltrumites because it can distract them from their primary goal of achieving maximum strength and pride. They view their mates as challenges to test their evolving might rather than partners in a traditional sense. However, love can also be a source of strength for Viltrumites. For example, Omni-man, also known as Nolan Grayson, became stronger because he had people he needed to protect due to his love for them. Similarly, Mark Grayson's understanding of love contributes to his strength. While love is seen as a weakness that can diminish a Viltrumite's focus and drive, it can also serve as a powerful motivator and source of strength, influencing their actions and decisions. I bet Thrag would strongly disagree,